Hi guys, this is Rusty78609. I'm just leaving the laundromat on the Cochiti reservation here in New Mexico, headed back to my campsite at the Corps of Engineers Park on Cochiti Lake. So here we go, and let's show you the place. Beautiful laundromat, I have to tell you. It was very nice. Had the the round washing things, and you got 15 minutes for a quarter on the dryer, which is unbelievable. They have a little mini mart there. They've got prepared sandwiches and stuff. You can also get a pizza, which I'll probably get one this evening. Why? Because I'm just craving a pizza, even though I know that is just going to be a frozen and thawed out thing. I got gasoline here. It's $2.54 a gallon. Why did I get gasoline here? Because it's about the cheapest I found on the internet in Santa Fe was $2.49. It may be cheaper somewhere else in town, but I didn't find it. I did the gas buddy thing, and that's it. But anyway, straight ahead is part of the little town. Gringos can live in this section of the reservation, but they can't live out in the reservation. It's a small reservation, only about 1,000 people. And what I'm going to do, since I'm on the way back, to put my clothes away, I thought I'd do a little drive-through of the campground and let you see what's going on there. Because I've moved again to another location. The reason I moved is because they've got a good blowing west wind all day today and tonight. And so I found me a place where on the west side there's a big juniper tree, a nice, good, healthy one to help block the wind. And it's not going to be that bad. It's probably going to be 30-mile-an-hour gusts, 35 maybe, but you can see straight ahead the dust. I think that's where I needed to turn. It is. Way to go, Rusty. I was just showing you how to pass the turn that you need to make. And now I'll show you how to go in the entrance to Cochiti Lake after passing. I didn't realize it was that close. It seemed like I drove farther. But here we go, Cochiti Lake Recreation Area, Corps of Engineers, nice place. When you come in some people turn and go up to that building on the right. There is some stuff up there, but the place you need to go is straight ahead. And that'll bring you into the different loops in the park itself. It says no alcoholic beverages, but they haven't told everybody that, because when I put some trash in the trash can this morning, there was a few bottles and cans. So, but they don't sell alcohol at that little store I was just at. But they do have a country club and a golf course where you can go in and have mixed drinks and all kind of stuff. So the rules are kind of whatever they want them to be, which is normal. This is their quote country, their culture. They can do whatever they choose to do. And I got to talk to a couple of the residents in the washateria. They're really funny. Most of the Native Americans or Aboriginal people, or the ancient ones, or whatever you want to call them, they really have a sense of humor, okay? And there was two ladies. One was a grandmother, and one had her granddaughter in there. And they were really picking on each other. And anyway, the granddaughter told me, she said, that's just a cultural thing. They do that all the time. So, different strokes for different folks. But here we go, guys. We'll let this video run till we get all the way through and see the different loops. And then I'll post this video. But straight ahead is the lake, Cochiti Lake. It's formed, of course, by the Rio Grande River, and the dam, of course, is set up by the Corps of Engineers to regulate flooding and all that sort of stuff. But when you come down here, if you go straight ahead, you go off in the water. You don't want to do that, so you want to turn left here. You come in the entrance right here, and this is the place you're supposed to check in, but their hours are not really that regular. They're off duty now. They were on duty otherwise. The electric sites are $20 a night. The non-electric are $12. If you have a senior pass, you get 50% off, and there's a 14-day limit. Then you got to leave. And then after, I think, 30 days of being gone, you can come back for another 2 weeks. Some people do that. They go from here to Abiquiu or Abiki, however you pronounce it. I was at the loop on the right there, which is called Ringtail something, and I moved from there to where I'm headed now. I'll show you. I actually won't be able to see it because I got the camera pointed off to the right. But anyway, it's on the left here. There's several non-electric sites. I'm in number 50, I think, now. Got a nice big old juniper right next to my RV. Got my solar sitting out. Why did I leave it out? Because I doubt that anybody'd bother it here. But you never know. If they do, that's the way that is. That's a bathhouse right there on the right and restrooms. When we come back, we'll go through the loop I'm in and I'll show you that. But now we're going to continue on. This is another loop. This loop here called Buffalo Grove Loop has water and electric. No sewer, but they do have dump stations. This is campsites 51 through 66, Buffalo Grove Loop. One way to the right. All of these, most of these are taken, and the ones that aren't taken are with a vehicle are probably reserved, because I walked through here this morning. And some of them are just reserved for a couple of days, so if you wanted to, what you could do is come here and stay in a non-electric and then move up to one of the electrics when they become available. They'll let you do that. You can change. But all of these are reserved for just a few days, because I walked all the way through here this morning. I did all 3 loops walking. Took me about an hour. But I checked them out. This site right here is a good one. This is site number 58. It's got water and electric. And then we're going to turn right here, and we're going to go up to Juniper Loop, which are sites 1 through 34, Juniper Loop. And you got a nice view. You got the mountains straight ahead. Off to the west, of course, or excuse me, the east is the lake. A couple of the sites are closed, like there is a loop straight ahead, but it's closed for some reason. I don't know why. It's been closed for years. They may never open it again. Don't know what the problem was. The road is a little rough, so the camera is going to probably bounce a little bit, but I'm only driving 10 miles an hour, so it shouldn't be too shaky. But anyway, so far so good. Now that I've found a way to get a pizza and stuff, and I've got another site, I got a little more privacy where I'm at now. And I talked to the host this morning, the lady, and I asked her if the water anywhere here was drinkable, because they have several different places to get water, and at some campgrounds, some of it's drinking water and some of it's not. Like most places, not most, but some places where the dump station is, the water there is not drinkable. But she assured me that if there's a water thing there, that the water is drinkable. And this is Juniper Loop campsites 1 through 34. That one on the right, the electric doesn't work, but you could still probably camp there if you chose to. These are pretty small sites. That's why you don't see anybody here, because most RVs are longer than those spots on the left, and this one here on the right. This one's a pull-through, actually, and I thought about this one, but there are no covers over the little picnic table. And out here, that's would be nice, because if you step outside your RV here in desert in New Mexico, now through the end of the summer, you're going to be toasted. And the humidity right now is probably about, I don't know, less than 10%, I'm sure. But yeah, having those little covers over the picnic table is nice. Of course, these are all water and electric. And yeah, you have to remember too, when you come into these campsites, sometimes the hookups will be on the wrong side. Does it matter? No, your hose will still reach, and so will your plug. Or you can carry an extension cord if you need it, and also an extra garden hose. But yeah, these are all reserved. But anyway, this is the Juniper Loop. This is the top of the hill. They got some fairly nice views. Now, I think I mentioned in the other video about the cell phone signal. Verizon is pegged. There's a tower right straight ahead there on the right. You might be able to see it in the video. That's Verizon. I mean, in fact, it's so good it'll toast you. If you were close to it, I hear that will do you microwave harm or something. I'm not concerned, because I'm not going to be here that long. AT&T got nothing. Well, I get a signal, but it goes in and out. I don't know about Sprint. Apparently doesn't work too good here either, and T-Mobile doesn't do very good. That's what I was told. I don't have T-Mobile and I don't have Sprint. but I do have an AT&T phone, and I do have a Verizon phone, and right now Verizon's got 5 bars. If it could have 6, it would have 6. Yeah, the lady I was talking to at the washateria, I think this is their RV right here. She said it was a 40-foot fifth wheel, and her husband is an airline pilot, and he's also in the National Guard, so he's kind of doing his National Guard thing now, and that's why they're here. But they live in that RV because it's cheaper than paying rent in Albuquerque or Santa Fe, which I don't doubt a bit. But it's still pretty pricey. She said they were looking at a camping spot in Albuquerque that was $350 a month, plus you had to pay the electricity. That apparently that's about where it is nowadays, guys. But anyway, we just finished, I think it's called the Juniper Loop. Now we're headed back down. There are that restroom over there on the right. Now some of these, one of these was closed. I mean, that may be one of them, I'm not sure. But the one across from me is open, and the one at that first camping area on the right, the toilets and the shower is available. But again, this is the Cochiti Lake, Corps of Engineers Park, south of Santa Fe, New Mexico, north of Albuquerque off 25. From here, you're about 40 minutes from Santa Fe. See, there's another loop there on the right. You see the gates closed there. And then we get back. I love those little copper top shades. I just think that's really pretty. So now we're back to whatever this loop was, Buffalo maybe, I'm not sure, Buffalo Gap or whatever. There are a few in here available, but these are water and electric, but they're reserved for certain days. And if your days that you're going to be here work into that, then do it. But again, once you're here at a site that you've reserved, if you find another site, you can move. You're not committed to that site for the duration. You just go down to the little visitor center that's on the way in, and you tell them that you'd like to move the site, whatever it is, and they will check and see if that site is available for the days you want. If it is, they'll change your little card and hand it to you, and you go back, put that on the little sign. But anyway, that's my RV. You can see arrows straight ahead there in that little cubby hole. Why did I get that one? Because of that juniper tree. And also, believe it or not, even though it looks like it's kind of stuck out there, it's pretty private there, because you don't get a lot of traffic here. In fact, you don't get any hardly. But this one's available. See, all these are available, and the reason is there's no water and no electric at the site. That shows you the difference that shows you what kind of campers you've got here. These are people that want electric and water. They want their home away from home and all the conveniences and run the microwave and AC, etc. Do I blame them? No. Different strokes for different folks. I, however, choose to do it another way, and I love my solar. And last night, did I hear some generators running? For a little while, and then the people obey the rules, and that's fine. These campers here, and most of these parks like this, most of the campers will abide by the rules. And that vehicle, he must have shipped that over from another country. It's called an ADRIA. It's a Class B, and it's got a European license plate on it, so he must have shipped it and picked it up somewhere and taken a trip. But anyway, we're headed to mine. All of these are available right here. All of them are available. Of course, there's no water, no electric. And another thing, whenever you're looking for a campsite, all of these have those little torch lights. You'll see those little, look like, I don't know what you'd call them, Coleman lanterns hanging up there. But those are so dim that, on a dark night, they help. But I'm deciding whether I want to go front in, or I guess I better go back in, because I got to put my solar up. But yeah, I'm going to back into my site. But it is windy here right now, and I'm backing in, guys. Old Rusty is backing in. I tell you, the whole trick, guys, to back in an RV or backing anything is go slow, okay? If you go slow, you're not going to have any problems because you'll be able to adjust to the problems, okay? I need to move a little bit more to that side because that juniper tree will block me walking to and from the truck because I did get pretty close. I don't want to be that far over. How about right here? There, we got it. Now we got it. Okay, guys, we're here, and that is, you have seen the entire campground at Cochiti Lake, the Corps of Engineers Park. And having said that, this afternoon I'm going to get me a good old pizza and stick my face in it and eat that dog. Even though it's just a cheapo frozen thing that they throw out and cook, I'll probably eat it like I've never had a pizza before in my life. But anyway, got my washing done. I love it. Thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye, buy anything your little heart desires. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of my videos. Why? Because I get a small commission and it doesn't cost you 1 penny. What else? Drink plenty of water, take deep breaths, stretch, walk. I've done that this morning. And what else? Stand guard at the door of your mind. Don't let negative Nancy or negative Ned get inside of your lovely little head. And having said that, guys, enjoy your life one day at a time. Adios, amigos, from Cochiti Lake, New Mexico. Bye-bye.